Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be ranking the top 5 most uncreative zombies maps, Treyarch only. And before I get started, I just want to say that I don't think any of these maps are bad, but a lot of these maps, or more all of these maps, don't really bring anything new to the table. So when I say uncreative, I mean maps where they didn't really bring anything new and they kind of just recycled old concepts, and it kind of feels like we're just playing a different map all over again without really experiencing anything new. And also keep in mind that this list is just my opinion. But with that out of the way, let's get started. But number 5 on my list will be, of course, Blood of the Dead. Now, Blood of the Dead is essentially just a reskin of Mob of the Dead, the only differences being that they added in a lot of different areas that were not there before, like Richthofen's laboratory and the whole journey making your way back to the prison. And most of those things that they added in the beginning, we never really go back to afterwards, because once you get back to the prison, that's where you stay for really the rest of your game. And they took out a lot of key things that kind of were part of Mob of the Dead. Like if you ever actually look over at the bridge is completely destroyed. There's nothing there, and the bridge is a key component to Mob of the Dead, as it held the Pack-a-Punch in it. And the way they tied the whole map together, it pushed the player to go to the bridge to Pack-a-Punch, and then you sit in an electric chair and you go back to the map. But Blood of the Dead, they didn't really bring anything new. They kind of just recycled an old map, and they kind of put Mob of the Dead in a blender and just basically ruined it. I didn't really like Blood of the Dead all that much. But Blood of the Dead was not very original, and I do not have much else to add to this that other people haven't already said before. So Blood of the Dead comes in at number 5. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have Alpha Omega. Now, Alpha Omega is a remaster of a remaster of a remaster. This map doesn't really have that much originality to it, because the top layer of the map, there's some new bits of like the military camp or whatever the hell this is. And then there's the original Nuketown, which of course is slightly different, but this map has been done in zombies before, and we didn't really enjoy it that much last time, and I don't really, aside from playing it to get footage for this, I didn't really enjoy playing this all that much. And then the new stuff that they added, yeah, they have a whole underground layer, but I never really find myself going down there unless if I am actually doing a legitimate run, trying to get Pack-a-Punch and any of the other parts that I need to open up all the other lockdown doors. But this map is very unoriginal, and just remastering yet another map. And except this map, we never really enjoyed the previous one that much. All the elemental upgrades you can make to the Ray Gun Mark II, it's cool the first few times you do it, but this is also something that we have seen and done with other weapons before, like the staves and the bows. We've done this before, except it's just on a wonder weapon that's a gun instead of a staff or a bow. I personally think this map could have done a lot better if they would have excluded the original Nuketown location, like made it inaccessible, or just had it not there to begin with. But this map comes in at number 4. Next up at number 3 is Tog Dur Untoten. Now, Tog is yet again another remaster. It's of Call of the Dead, but I think it does add a little bit more to the map than the previous entries on this list thus far, as they did add a few more new areas. Again, they did do the remaster, made it look a little bit better, but they also got rid of a lot of the snow and the fog, and I think the map does look gorgeous with when you're looking towards the sun and the spawn, and how there's actual water instead of, or like, more rather, the water doesn't freeze you, and the beach is actually pretty nice to look at. And it did bring back the Victus crew, which none of us were really big fans of, because they weren't really the most entertaining crew to play as. And then once you get back to the original map, everything is the exact same. It's just higher graphics and just a redesign for the most part. And while I was recording footage for this video, again, when I was playing through the map, I didn't notice really anything new added to the game, aside from being able to pick up snowballs and having new weapons. But I didn't really see them add anything new that's groundbreaking, or adding something that we've seen them do before. So TOG is just the same as the previous entries, where it's just a shitty remake. Coming in at the second laziest map I have seen from Treyarch is Classified. Now, Classified, again, it's just more of the same from other Black Ops 4 maps, where they added more rooms that didn't really add very much to the map, and they did just reuse more old assets, because it's, again, they just add a little more more room to the map. And then there's the original map, where they might move some stuff around or add some things to it here and there, like some chairs or some desks, or there's more obstacles, giving you less room. Case in point, the Pack-a-Punch. The Pack-a-Punch is just Area 51 from Moon, and they took away a lot of the space there, so there was not very much room for you to move around. And they did improve on the Winter's Howl in this map, but again, it's like around even in the 30s, you Pack-a-Punch this thing, it still takes a couple shots to kill them, because one shot just slows them down. The second one finally actually freezes them, and then they're dead. But Classified did not add very much to this remaster. They also got rid of the Pentagon Thief. Sorry, it took me a second to remember his name. They got rid of him, which for some people could be a good thing. Me, I liked the challenge, especially because if you did manage to kill him without him taking your guns, it was a huge payout where you would get a bonfire sale, but he isn't here anymore, and he just got replaced by regular hellhounds. When they made this remake, they did turn one of the hardest maps from Black Ops 1 into one of the easiest from Black Ops 4, but that is not a big enough reason to let this map slide. This map is not very creative. It comes in at number 2. Coming in at number 1 for the most uncreative map in Treyarch Zombies history, in my opinion, is Revelations. Where to start with this one? Okay, so Revelations is basically a nostalgic wet dream, really. The only new areas of the map that we have is the spawn and inside the Apothecon for the Pack-a-Punch. That's it. Everything else is just recycled from previous games. You got pieces of Kino der Toten, Verrückt, Shinonuma, Zetsubo, the Reisendrak, Origins, Mob of the Dead. Almost every piece that was recycled was in Zombies Chronicles, except for, I think, Mob of the Dead, and I think all the rest of them were actually in Chronicles anyways. But this map also was not very creative when it came to the zombie types. They had all the regular zombies. They had the Panzers, the Margwas, those flying apothecary bats. I'm not sure what those things are. Yeah, the Keepers. They didn't really bring anything new to this map. They kind of just decided to make a map using a culmination of fan favorites from the past and just wrote it off as its own map. This map was not very innovative. They kind of just put all these different maps in a blender and just stitched it all together and called it a day. I get that they were what they were going for, because it was kind of like a finale, but if you look past the nostalgia, this map wasn't all that impressive. And thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please like or subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what your top 5 most unoriginal maps are, because I'm curious to know what everybody thinks. Until next time.